Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Prenton Preview.
One this time. McCann! Yeah! 1-0 to Tranmere! Oh my word! Barlow! They've got a ball! Connor Jennings, James Norwood! James Norwood has scored it! Reece with the cross, the header, it's in! It's Connor Jennings!
Coming up on today's show, we get the behind the scenes from last Saturday's game here at Prenton Park. Jay Spearing answers your questions from social media. We go inside the campus to see how the boys are preparing for Saturday's game. And we get the pre-match thoughts of Elliot Nevitt and Mickey Mellon. First up on today's show, we take a quick look back at the events that unfolded last Saturday here at Prenton Park. Next up, we asked you for your questions for Jay Spearing on social media. Let's have a look at how we got on answering them.
Jay, thanks for sitting down for us today and answering the fans' questions from social media. The first one's from Harvey. He asked, what's your favourite moment in a white shirt?
For me, probably from a personal point of view, it'd have to be the goal against Leighton Orient. I think it's been a very long time coming, so to get a half decent goal as well, and to make us get the win for the 3 points, and especially after the disappointment of obviously going away to them in the FA Cup and them beating us how they did. It was nice to get the win against them and obviously get the winner.
Rob's asked, what's the greatest Tesco meal deal combination?
Tesco what?
Meal deal combination.
Oh wow. Is it chocolate bar or crisps? Is Tesco meal deal?
Well, whatever you want, you can have.
Oh, is it?
You're supposed to have them then.
No, don't have them.
Nev's answer was it would have been.
Oh yeah, Nev, I'm not surprised.
Butty, crisps and Red Bull, but now it's pasta, fruit and like water.
Look, I'm trying to be all professional here. I'm going to go chicken and bacon butty with salt and vinegar squares with a bottle of water.
Good answer. Matt asked, what's the best chippy on the Whittle, in your opinion?
Don't do chippies, but I do Chinese, so I'm going to say the best Chinese that I've had on the Whittle, in my opinion, is Bamboo, and I think it's up in nearby Oxton, isn't it?
Not on commission or anything?
No, not on commission,
right,
no,
okay.
no, that's just me being honest.
Dan's
You want
asked,
me to be honest, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Dan's asked, who's the best player you've ever played with?
See, a lot of people like cane me for saying the obvious answer, but the obvious answer for me is Stevie G. From a young lad, he was my idol, so then obviously have the opportunity to go and play alongside him was a dream come true, and just every day in training to what he did for the club itself, and his standards and how good he was different level.
Martin has asked on behalf of his son Alex, age 10. He says, when I come to the match, I always have a steak pie. What's your favourite pie to have?
I'd agree with him, to be honest. I'd go steak pie, yeah. Steak pies are the best, aren't they? Depends what pie though. Is it a pucker pie or what?
Don't know, what's your preference?
I don't know, mate, I'm just asking.
Dons at the ground are quite good.
Pucker pies are meant to be decent, aren't they? I've not had one at the ground, you see.
Yeah, well.
Too busy playing.
Ian has asked, what's the best sunbeds on the Whittle?
It's not the sunbeds, right? Honestly, my hair's getting whiter, and also, if I actually do this, you can see the difference. It's freckles, that's what it is, not sunbeds. Sunbeds not good for you.
Biggie has asked, would you rather fight 30 chickens or 2 Sam Foleys?
What?
This is what people want to know. 30 chickens or 2 Sam Foleys?
Yeah, 2 Sam Foleys. I'll do Sam Foleying.
Twice?
Yeah, all day. I'd batter Sam.
Will has asked, if you had to pick one player to play midfield with you in the world, who would it be? And why?
In the world?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, let me think about that one.
Come back to the end.
Yeah, come back to that one, yeah, sorry.
Daniel's asked, did you ever think you'd play for us growing up or throughout your career?
If I'm totally honest, I don't think it was always in, like, with my brother-in-law obviously being a massive Tranmere fan, he was always on me going, oh, do you reckon you'd finish your career at Tranmere, do you reckon you finish this, that and the other, do you reckon you play for Tranmere? And I was like, well, it's my local club, obviously see how my career goes, and if it ends up being an opportunity, then I will never turn it down. So, and the decision that I made, I'm absolutely delighted with, and I'm buzzing that I'm here.
Aaron has asked, what's your plans after playing, management, coaching, media, or anything else like that?
I'm trying to keep as many options open as possible. To be honest, if I'm truthfully honest with you, I'm doing a lot of media work, and I'm doing a lot of coaching as well. So they're 2 big things that I've seemed to gravitate towards more than others and really enjoy.
That was the last one, so we go back to the midfield one. Who do you want to play with?
Oh, this is a difficult question, you know. You're talking about the modern era or my era? I'm a bit older than a lot of people are.
Whichever, you take your pick. He hasn't specified.
Wow, this is difficult, you know. There's so many, like, unbelievable midfielders you can choose from, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because I'm, like, more defensive, I'll go for like a forward, driver, midfielder maybe, say. And I've already played with Stevie G, but a very similar person who I kind of like, because obviously enjoyed playing with him so much of how he played attacking, driving forward, Kevin De Bruyne. I think Kevin De Bruyne would be an unbelievable player to play alongside him, which I think he'd make your game a lot easier with him in the team and anybody's team, to be honest, because how he gets forward, his passing range, his set pieces, his goals he can score, you know what I mean? So I think that'd have to be one.
That's a good answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone who sent in a question, and keep an eye on our social media for more chances to send in questions for the boys. Next up on today's show, we go inside the campus to see how Jay and the rest of the boys are preparing for Saturday's game against Bristol Rovers.
Justin, then deal with it good. Come on, the 3 of you go in. Turn up. Yeah, solid, man, solid. Now body weight forward. Let him get across, good, let him get across. Well done, Ross, well worked.
So at this point, it started to hail, rain, sleet and blow a gale force wind. So like the odd cases we are, we legged it inside to protect the camera equipment. And finally on today's show, we get the pre-match thoughts of Elliot Nevitt and Mickey Mellon.
Because you know how much it is, and you don't want to feel like that again. You want the winning feeling, but the winning feeling is great, and it's the best feeling that you can feel. So we want that as much as we can for the next 6 games.
And one of the positives, you scored the second goal. You showed great skill to get the ball under control, didn't you, before that clinical finish? Did you enjoy that one?
Yeah, because the run was a long run, so I had loads of time to think about it. But my only thought was to try and get the ball on the floor. But it kept bobbling all the way up to the goalie, and then I also thought was to try and get a good connection and hit it on target, and it went past them. So
how difficult are those chances when you've got more time to think?
Yeah, they're more difficult because sometimes when the ball comes, you just think to hit it straight away. But with them ones, you need to like be aware where the defender is behind it and that. So, but I don't mind it. I like I'd rather do that running in behind because I've done that most of my career. So I find it easier personally.
And you scored 7 this season, different types of goals too as well. Are you pleased with that tally, or would you have liked to have scored a few more?
For my first season, it's good, but personally, I would have liked to be on about double figures personally. But for my first season, I could just take it as a positive. Coming in, I weren't expecting to play, and I played loads of games, and I've improved massively. So if I can just get a good run to the end of the season, and next season, it's all about big numbers next season.
Yes, and what happened in the game last week and the last 2 games where you've conceded late on, does it make you more determined to get a result at the weekend?
No, I don't think they can be any more determined. I think the players are given everything that they've got, and they'll continue to do that. If they have any more determination in them, they haven't been using it, then you could question them. They've always been a very determined group that always works very hard, and we will continue to do that into Saturday.
And I mentioned those 2 conceded goals late on the last couple of games. Has that been tough mentally to, 2 weeks running each time in training? Is it hard to get back up again?
No, not really. We just keep going. It is obviously tough at the time. I wouldn't lie. It's very tough at the time. But one of the abilities that you learn in football is resilience, and you just have to keep going and go again. And that's the abilities we've had to draw upon. Talk about it, see what we had to improve on, and maybe in the kind of moments or whatever, and see if there was any improvements that we could have made at any point in the game, and we will just move on to the next game now, hoping to show improvements.
The Rovers on Saturday, they've won 5 of their last 6. It shows what a little run can do for teams this league. They're only 14th just under 2 months ago, and now they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, that'll be a tough game, like all at this stage in the season. Every game is difficult at this stage in the season. You know that, so you just got to keep focused and keep what's important close to you. And then when the games come along, go and pay them the due respect that they deserve, and go and try and pick up points. And that's what we'll continue to do.
And they'll probably come to Prenton Park full of confidence after their run. How important is it for you to get a good start to kind of knock them out of their stride in a way?
I don't think we lack confidence. I think everybody knows how tough a place it is to come, Prenton Park. We're speaking about history because you were speaking about how they've won 5 out of 6. We know how tough it is for any opposition to come to Prenton Park because we've proved that over the last however many months, how difficult it is to come and try and get anything at Prenton Park. So that's how I expect it to go. It'll be a real tough game, keenly fought out between 2 teams at the right end of the table at a brilliant time in the season. So it's only to be looked forward to.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of the Prenton Preview. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing content, and join our memberships if you haven't already. Make sure you get right behind the boys and make loads of noise here at Prenton Park on Saturday.
One this time. McCallum!